All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Let's Celebrate TV Live. I'm your host, Peter Lee. I have someone here with me. You may remember him, our grill master and our son, Kevin. We also have a studio audience. Our daughter-in-law, Emily, is with us. And you remember, you loved her the last time. Our granddaughter, Mackenzie, is here. And of course, there's one other person we can't forget. And that is, he's the producer, director, everything. And it's my husband, Phil Glittimer.
And good afternoon, good morning, good evening, where you're watching us or watching us from or in replay. And today we are broadcasting on both YouTube and on Facebook.
All right, today, just like last year on the Thanksgiving episode, we're having cranberry whiskey sours.
And I will leave a link to that in chat. If you are on YouTube, it's already on the description.
Yep. All right. Yep. You can deliver that, please. All right. And I noticed here that the intro didn't show.
Yeah, because the two ran over it. That's what we were hearing. I timed it wrong. My problem.
Silly bear. All right. So thank you all for joining us. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers, kids. That is good. I don't usually like whiskey sours, but these I do. I really like the cranberry. All right. Today it's all about Thanksgiving and planning for Thanksgiving. But of course, we've started with a cocktail. Let's face it, we're all going to need a cocktail to get through Thanksgiving with our families and friends.
And our guys from Fox Hollow are checking in.
Oh, hey guys. Very good. So they have an episode coming out. Oh, and there's Richard O'Connor. But let's do a little cooking first before we get into all of this. I have a tray of little things here. These are called Devils on Horseback. Now there's another version called Angels on Horseback. This is a little different. This is a date that's stuffed with blue cheese and wrapped in bacon. Some people will also add an almond, or to give it a little devilish, they'll add some spice, maybe some cayenne pepper or some hot sauce. I was going to do that, but since we have a 6-year-old here, I didn't want to burn her mouth away, so I 86 the heat. But let me show you how easy and fun these are. I have some dates here. They're pitted. You buy them pitted, and you just cut them in half and open them up. Really simple. Then you take your favorite blue cheese, whatever kind you like. I like a nice strong blue cheese for this because dates are sweet. And of course the bacon is smoky and salty. So you have all these flavors, so you want something to stand up to the bacon. And you just stuff it like that. Then take a nice piece of bacon, wrap it up. I have here, move that out of the way, some toothpicks that I've had soaking in water, and you just secure it. You could omit the toothpicks and just put it seam side down, but I like the toothpicks because then your people have something to use to pick them up with. So I will just quickly finish up a couple more of these so you can see again. And this is one of those things, this is one of those old retro from the 50s and 60s hors d'oeuvres that really deserves a comeback.
And while you're doing that, let's check in a little bit. It's 90 in Phoenix again.
Hey Hank, wow, hello from the desert Southwest. Phoenix, Arizona, where it's Indian summer time with today's high of 90.
It was 33 here this morning, it's 68 right now.
Yeah. But we did have our first frost, so...
We had frost 2 days in a row?
Yeah, so if we have a big heat wave, I guess that's our Indian summer. Right? Isn't Indian summer after the first frost?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. All right, that's enough of these. Now I'm going to pop these in the oven. My oven's heated to 350, which is 180 Celsius.
As it clicks away behind you.
Yeah, clicks away, clicks away. And we're just going to let these go for 6 to 8 minutes, just until the bacon crisps up. Now I've seen some recipes, and I did try it as I was testing these, where you cook it for like 45 minutes. Problem is then the bacon gets really over crisp. The dates tend to burn and dry out and, you know, meh. Not so much, so we'll err on the side of caution. So Alexa, set a timer for 6 minutes.
All right, so
Starting now.
to start off, let's have one that kind of works it all.
All right, from Ann, I want to host Thanksgiving, but I have a small house. Okay, so, yeah, this is all about Thanksgiving and how to plan for it and what to plan and when to plan. And just like last year, I've got lots of notes. All right, so Thanksgiving. And we'll get to the small house in a minute. So I've always said I'm not really that big of a fan of Thanksgiving. Kind of have a little PTSD. My mom was always super stressed. She'd be up at 5 making pies, putting the turkey in the oven, and she would just be crazed. And if we had family visiting, it was even worse. We had to get up early, quick breakfast, and get out of the house, go play in traffic, something. And then we'd have dinner at like 2 o'clock, and she would just be, crazed. But then I realized, as I was going through my notes and writing up stuff for today, that you know what LCTV is all about. We're all about, let's slow it down, gather around the table, have real food, and let's celebrate. And what else is Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving is the holiday that's all about, right?
Why don't you grab the sign right behind you and show them?
Oh, you mean like this one? That says, today is a good day to celebrate. Just had to get that in there.
I did.
Stay there.
Better than a cigarette commercial.
Wow, we're going there, are we? Anyway, so I had that little epiphany, and I thought, well, maybe I could get into Thanksgiving even more. I think I'm hosting this year. I'm not entirely sure who all is coming. We'll probably need to find that out soon. But when am I going to start planning? Right now. And when should you plan? When should you? Right now. Start planning now. You can never start too early. I like to think of Thanksgiving as a dinner party. And, the most relaxed dinner parties I've ever hosted is where I've had everything planned out, everything scheduled, a lot of stuff done ahead of time. And that's what you should do for Thanksgiving dinner if you're hosting, even if it's your first time hosting. Now, whether it's a small house or a large house, excuse me, that's okay. If you have a small space, you might need to get creative with cooking, with seating, but you can do it. Our oldest daughter has a very small house, and she's hosted holidays. You guys have been there, right? When
Christmas last year.
Christmas last year, right? There's like 20 of us there, but they manage, and we all manage, and they have a very small kitchen, and basically we all just stay out of her way, and she and her husband take care of it all because they're used to it.
We had an interesting way we handled it. We had a small house in Paulsboro, and what we found was the doorways between rooms, you could put small tables.
Right.
So the doorway between the living room and dining room was a little small 2-foot by 2-foot table that had appetizers on it.
Right.
And the doorway between the dining room and the kitchen had cocktails on it.
Right.
So when you have a small house, you're kind of dealing with stand-up buffet, but you can put tables in lots of places.
Yeah, you can do in little nooks and crannies, especially if you have one of those older homes that have those little, like you guys could do that in your house too, in little places. Just put little tables. From Ken, good afternoon from Goshen, New York. Oh, I thought they weren't going to be able to watch us. Now I have to watch what I say. Okay. Anyway, think of it as a dinner party. Now, as I said, plan it out. Plan out everything, the guest list, the music, the menu, your shopping, when things need to be cooked. So let's start with the menu. That's what I did this morning. I say start and plan big. Mark says, we like to surprise the guests. In 15 years, we've never done a turkey. Oh, okay. What have you done then? I'm kind of curious about that. But I say, start your menu, plan big. Go crazy. Do all the things that you think. There are people we know, who would have to have a turkey, a ham, and a lasagna all for Thanksgiving. I don't know why, but they want all of it. So plan a menu like that. Have the mashed potatoes and the yams with marshmallows and the stuffing and the salad and the mac and cheese and whatever else. 14 different pies, 6 different rolls, plan it all. Then think about editing it down. And the best way to do that is to then go to your guest list. Look at who's coming. Look at how many people are coming, right? You don't need food for 50 if you only have 10 people coming. So you can edit that down. You can also look at those people who are coming and find out, if you don't already know, if any of them have any food needs or allergies. People have allergies. Maybe they don't eat red meat. Maybe they're allergic to mustard, whatever. So you can tweak the menu and cut it down to make them feel comfortable, and your rest of your guests won't even matter, right? They won't know. Not that they won't matter, but they won't know. Well, for me, they don't matter. It's my menu. Not really. So then you can edit that down. Now, when you're really thinking about it, one of the questions I get every year is, should we have appetizers? How much should we make, etc.? Again, think about how many people you're having. You can have appetizers, but edit it down. So if you're having 15 people, the appetizers, right, to wet the, there's my timer. Alexa, cancel. We're going to give it a couple more minutes. Alexa, set a timer for 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
Thank you.
Now.
My best memories of Turkey Day was being young and sitting at the kids' table. That's where I make my son sit, too. Well, you did, right? The last time we hosted everyone, you were like, I'm sitting at the kids' table.
Yeah, far less drama.
Yeah.
So did Michelle, if I remember.
Yes, yeah. So appetizers, keep them light, keep them small. Maybe only do 2 or 3 kinds. Do you need a big crudité plate and cheese puffs and a cheese tray and this and that and all these things that people are just going to snack on all day long while they wait for dinner?
For the food challenge, would you please define what a crudité platter is?
Okay, it's a veggie tray. Sometimes known as a relish tray. Celery sticks, carrot sticks, whatever else. So what I would do, and what I'm doing this year, is we're only going to have 2 appetizers, 1 warm, 1 cold, and I'm going to plan, depending on how many people, but 3 to 4 pieces each, because I just want to tickle their appetites. I want to get them hungry. I don't want them filling up. And I'm going to avoid things, and this is a mistake I've made in the past, having like bowls of mixed nuts around, because what happens, right? Yeah, Emily's over here laughing because you're just sitting there and you're gobble, 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 and all of a sudden I'm full. Yeah. So appetizers, keep them light. Turkey, the main event, right? The kid, the turkey. Smaller is better. Smaller is always better. It's easier to do 2 small birds than 1 giant one. Last year, we had someone write in, and the Thanksgiving show was about, 4 days before Thanksgiving?
Oh, wait a minute. Let's put us both on. I know exactly what you're going to talk about.
Remember? And it was like 4 days before Thanksgiving, and she's frantically writing in, I'm cooking a 30-pound bird. When should I take it out to thaw? And we were
This
like,
was Sunday.
Yeah.
And Thanksgiving was Thursday.
Yeah.
And we both said, girl,
you're in trouble.
you're in trouble.
Yeah. So get your turkey now. If you've, I've already earned turkeys at 3 of my local supermarkets. So yeah, I have three turkeys this year. Oh. Go and get them now if you've done that, or even if you haven't, if you're just going to buy one, get it now. That way you have a better chance of getting what you want. If you wait until the last minute, they're going to be picked through. You may be stuck with too big or too small. If it were me, and several
Usually
times
is.
it usually is, if I had a crowd, I would do, say, 2 12-pound turkeys. I think that's what we did a couple years ago when we hosted. I had 2 smaller birds instead of 1 giant one, right?
Sounds right.
Yeah. So that's what I would do. It sounds like sacrilege, but years ago we decided as a family to have Thanksgiving at a restaurant so no one is stuck cooking, cleaning, and entertaining. That's not sacrilege at all. That was a dream that my mother always had, but somehow it never came to fruition for her. She wouldn't give up Thanksgiving. Almost there. Almost. My granddaughter is over there eyeing it, looking hungry. Like, I know there's snacks coming, Cappy. I know there are. And let's put these out because it's going to be hot. So, what else do you need? Do you need the ham? Do you need the leg of lamb? The
Yes.
lasagna?
Yes.
Here's
It says
a holiday
yes.
staple.
here's one.
Here's one. Answer the argument, is it stuffing or dressing? There's two answers to that. First, it's a regional thing. But secondly, generally, if it's in the bird, it's stuffing. If it's cooked outside of the bird, it's dressing. Some other people may argue with that. Some may say, well, you know, I make oyster dressing, blah, 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 because where I come from, whether it's in the bird or it's called dressing. So call it what you will, right? But generally, the general rule, stuffing is stuffed and the dressing is on the outside.
We generally do not stuff the bird because it makes for a very dry bird, because by the time the stuffing is done, the bird is overdone. So it's much better just to cook it separately,
Yeah.
AKA dressing.
Agreed. I have stuffed some birds in the past.
But it was citrus and things like that.
No, I mean with real stuffing. But I've done that like with little Cornish game hens that are quickly to cook. And
Yeah, we've done that, but not in a full big bird. We haven't
no,
done it.
not a great big turkey. Not in a long, long time. All right, so smaller is better for the turkey, and our son says, yes, you do need the ham or the lamb. I don't think so.
That's your mother talking.
Yeah.
But come on, you believe in lamb as a staple.
But you don't have just lamb. You don't need to. Hold on.
Hey, I'm fine
You
with
don't
this.
need to have a ham, a lamb, a turkey, and a duck all in the same. Yes,
Unless it's
happened.
turducken, but-
It's happened. But no, it's wrong. Pick one or pick two. Or, even better, how about a prime rib? Just saying.
Oh, I like the idea of prime rib.
You just had a prime rib.
So,
You just had a very expensive prime rib.
I'm worth it.
Not as a matter of fact.
See the monster, my son. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, this time of the year.
Put yourself on camera, dear.
This time of the year, our most popular episode for Thanksgiving is how to cook an herb-crusted prime rib roast low and slow.
Okay.
If you're watching us on YouTube, that is already in the video description,
Okay.
and I'll drop it in the chat for everybody
Alexa,
else.
cancel. Back to me, please.
It is back to you.
Thank you. You sure? Alexa, stop. Alexa. Oh, so, yeah. There he goes. Okay. Thank you, dear. But it's about Thanksgiving, and that's Christmas. Let's take these guys out. I think they look about done.
I smell bacon.
Yep.
I can just walk up there and steal that little thing of blue cheese, and I'll be good.
You could. No, I think these might. I like a little more done than that.
All right, so much for 5 to 6 minutes.
I know.
Now we're at 12 to 15.
I know. The other night, I cooked a batch, and they were like, boom, done.
All right, here's my dream.
Okay. I'm going to leave if you don't stop and let me talk. It's the Phil Show. Retired most of the time in our RV. I make a mean dinner on the road, even with a tiny RV oven. That's great. And I actually know several people who do that. And when we had an RV, I loved doing that. I loved challenging myself. What can I make in this little tiny oven? All right. So back to the turkey, please. And to the menu. The answer is, in my opinion, you don't really need all that other stuff. But again, if you must have it, I would say edit it down to make it easier on yourself. Dawn, last year we had a brisket with the turkey or instead of the turkey, Dawn. But I would say do two things. If you must have a ham, do turkey and a ham. Keep them small. So the turkey, when to thaw? When should I take this frozen hunk of ice out of my freezer? Basically, it's in the fridge 1 day of thawing for every 4 pounds of turkey, right? Oh, she says, with the turkey. All right, and that's fine. You had two things. You didn't need to have, you probably didn't have a turkey, a brisket, a ham, a moose, a duck, whatever. That's fine. I like just the turkey being the star, personally. The other things are for other holidays, but turkey's a star for me. So you need 1 day for every 4 pounds of turkey. So be careful, work backwards. Thanksgiving Day, I need to put it in the oven, so I need to take it out, okay, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, however big, work backwards. And then maybe even build in a day extra. What are ways to thaw a turkey? Sitting in your fridge or in a cooler, right?
And some of them will talk about putting it under cold water. The problem with that is even though it will get the outside, if it's more than 12 to 15 pounds, no amount of water is going to get the ice out of the center. So it only works for really small, 12 pounds or less. The refrigerator method is the best, and that's, again, for every 4 to 5 pounds, you need 1 day.
Mm-hmm. So
It's all about you.
Thank you, dear. See what I put up with? So this will be a future episode, and these are done. We're going to let them rest and cool down because they're hot as lava right now. The sugars in the dates are going to be on fire. So we'll just let them hang out for a few minutes. And then we'll have snacks.
That blue cheese is looking really good, just saying.
You got to come get it. I'm not coming to you.
Fine. I will come get it.
I didn't think he was going to get up.
I'm trying to do a show here. I'm trying to work. I'm working here.
I'm just going to come and get it.
Oh, right in front of me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
4 weeks since back surgery, I'm good.
Yeah, I'll do. Anyway. Okay, so I tried to talk about the turkey. I guess you're on your own. You'll have to do your own internet research because apparently I'm not allowed to tell you that, if you have 6 people, maybe a 9-pound turkey would be good, or 8 people go up to 12 pounds. If you have 20 people, 2 small birds, 12 to 15 pounds. All right, now you have your turkey, it's thawed. How are you going to cook it? Right? Big question. And do we want to stuff or not stuff? We already talked about that. I like just using aromatics, fruits, herbs. Some people are still purists, they like to stuff it. But I like both ways, like the 2 big ways of cooking turkey, roasting them or frying them. Now, if you are going to fry a turkey, be super careful. Go onto YouTube. There are lots of videos of what to do and what not to do, so be careful. So use a little common sense. You're not going to set the fryer up in your kitchen or in your garage because that's just asking, or on your deck. Do it maybe in your driveway. Get it level and flat, and do it outside in a well-ventilated area so you don't have an explosion. Or if you do, the damage will be minimal. But I prefer to, though, just to roast it. The whole house smells good. I am lucky I have two full-size ovens in this thing, but I've done it many years when I only had 1 oven. And so it's just a matter of when to cook things when, and that's part of your scheduling and your planning. What do you guys like? Roasted, fried?
The rare times we've cooked a turkey, our maple whiskey turkey recipe calls for strictly roasting it, but we brine it the night before. And you get that extra flavor and actually 3 times the smell while it's roasting.
That's another point. Good point, Kevin. Thank you. To brine or not to brine, there are wet brines, there are dry brines. It's always a great way. There's lots of great ways to add flavor to that turkey and make it even better. The key thing, however you do it, don't overcook it. You don't want a dry turkey.
No, but you want crispy skin because those are like potato chips.
Correct.
Oh, this sounds like Connor.
My teenagers are more interested in football on TV than eating dinner as a family. Well, and you can fix that. That's great. You can watch TV all day long and stay out of my hair. However, when it's time for dinner, oh look, I forgot to pay the cable bill and the cable went out, darn. Oh look, dinner's ready. You can fix that. You can, yeah. My teenager knew better when he was a teenager. So, yeah, to brine or not to brine, to stuff. Maybe I'll brine this year. We'll see. Now, let's see. Okay, so stuffing. Let's talk side dishes.
We have a request along that line.
For what? What is your favorite side dish? Okay, the stuffing. Every time, the stuffing. I couldn't care less about mashed potatoes. I don't care for the yams with the marshmallows. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. I'm going to get a lot of hate mail. How could you not like mashed potatoes? That's un-American.
Well, actually, I do know one side dish that you do lean towards, and that's Brussels sprouts with
pomegranate. Yeah, but the stuffing is, like these Gordimer men have to have their bread and their potatoes and their stupid mashed potato sandwiches.
Delicious.
Look who's checking in.
Who's checking in? Keith, hello from Pottstown. Hello, Keith. Good to see you, honey. Good. Thank you for joining us. That's
so
excellent.
yay, our new chat software is working good. We're getting both the Facebook and the YouTube
Now we have
people.
something extra to be thankful this year, don't we? So let's talk sides. What are your favorite sides?
What do you got?
What do you got?
The sweet potato yam stuff.
You like to say, that's why you were giving me that stink eye earlier, like, oh. All right, so if you're here for Thanksgiving, I'll make that for you. If I should like it, it's just too much for me.
Classic green bean casserole with a mashed potato sandwich.
Well, it's funny because I'm experimenting on you people tonight, and I'm going to experiment with my version of the dreaded green bean casserole, but made with all fresh ingredients.
Well,
So we'll see.
Isn't that perfect timing?
What?
Look what this next message is.
Carol, I said it last year, and I will say it again this year. Death to green bean casserole with a vomit face emoji.
I love the vomit emoji. That's funny.
I mean, first of all, the canned green beans, and people don't drain them. You got to drain them. Ugh. And they're all gray. And as Nadia G would say, they're all mushy. We can do better, I think.
There was one year Emily and I did it was like a spicy Tex-Mex version of a green bean casserole.
Oh, that sounds good.
I think we took that to your aunt's house. That was,
And see,
that was pretty good. And
that's-
was all fresh ingredients in that recipe as well.
See, I raised him right. So, that's the whole point. So we all get stuck in this, oh my gosh, you have to have this and it has to be that. You know what? Throw it all out the window, right? Try something new. Think outside the box.
If
Southwestern
they're coming
spicy.
to our house, they get what we decide. Just saying. It's both of us up there, so just shut up.
I know, but right in the middle of the sentence, dear. Like, come on.
Yep.
And this is why I drink. Yeah. That's my bear.
And this is why my drink is already empty.
Yeah,
Just
see?
saying.
Anyway, try stuff outside the box, right? But yeah, how many sides do you need? Do you need 2 types of potatoes and bread and rolls, and then 4 vegetables and a salad and mac and cheese, and it can get really crazy. So again, I say, let's edit. What you can do, what I do, and what I've told you before to do, every year when you're planning these big events, or any event, keep a record of it. So you can go back and go, well, what do we have? Did we have the mac and cheese last year? Let me go back and look. Whether it's in a notebook or in your computer, you go back and look and you go, aha, see, we did not have mac and cheese. Poopy on all you, we're having mac and cheese this year. What?
Hold, please.
Oh, dear.
This is worth it.
Dixie says, I'm going to Carol's house, hate the green beans. There's no possible way to fix them with taste. All right, Dixie. So give me some time. I think with fresh ingredients, I might be able to get something a little better. I like all the flavors of it, right? Mushrooms, cream, green beans, onions. So let's be fresh with it. It may fail. I may have to open a package of frozen corn or something tonight. Who knows? But we'll find out. Okay, so we've talked about sides, and we must not ever, this is one thing where I will say, we must not forget the cranberry. Whether it's from the can, whether it's gelled, whether it's whole berry, or like me, my own boozy cranberry and orange conserve.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, you like that one.
Yeah, I do.
Even little kids can have it, because it only has a little bit of booze. Just enough to give a little, but you can't forget it.
She's not letting this go.
Sounds great, just leave out the green beans. Ah, okay, there you go. There's the root of it all. Okay. What else do you like, Dixie? We could maybe do it with broccoli. We could do it with spinach. I don't know whether kale, some other
And
green
it's funny because
vegetable.
when we were ShopRite today, the whole end cap was those fried,
I know.
dried,
I know.
fried noodles that you throw on.
The fried onions, yeah.
Yeah.
I liked them when I was in high school, but now they're just like, it's grease. It's, yeah. You know, now I'm a sophisticated grown up. All right, I'm going to fix you guys a plate.
Sophisticated, really?
Can you feel the love, guys?
Oh,
Can you
this
feel the
is
love?
fun, this next one.
Well.
But I'll wait till you get done serving.
Oh, okay. Here for you guys.
Ready to come get it.
It's okay. I can be off camera for a few moments. Phil, talk and entertain. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
Stand in the middle. You can try.
Here.
Where in your
Here we go.
description are you going to be talking about gravy? Because two of them just came in all about gravy.
Okay.
Should I?
Talk about the gravy right now.
All right, let's put it up then.
Right now.
I'll wait till you get there.
Here I am. Here I
Are you
am.
ready? Look up.
Uh-huh.
She heard this one's fun.
I've always made smooth gravy, but my grandma always makes chunky gravy using the giblets and the neck. Good for grandma. I do too. However, not everyone likes the chunky, so there are ways to get that flavor into that gravy. You know, food processor. Makes the gravy richer. So yeah, gravy is an important thing. And that's one of those things where, you know, the gravy, the potatoes, any sauces, when you're planning this dinner out and you're being crazy, I'm jumping ahead of myself actually, but you can use thermoses, slow cookers and things to keep things warm.
Now, that's
So
actually
gravy.
the next question. Oops, I'm sorry. Wrong one.
Aha. My nemesis is trying to keep the gravy hot and not turn into a cold brown gloppy mess. Yeah. Either a slow cooker or in a thermal carafe is the way I do it. And I make it last minute so it's piping hot. You can, I've heard of people making their gravy days in advance. I don't know how they do it without the dressings or without the drippings from the turkey, but people say they do. These are pretty good. I think next time I cook them a little higher temperature, like 400, to really get the bacon crispy. Did you like them? Awesome. Yay!
She's chewing.
Yeah, she's over here, our 6-year-old. Good for you. Good. That makes Gampy Pete happy. Hank, for years I made a from-scratch Turkey Day feast for 12 plus, but time has moved on. Now I'm a fan of Whole Foods pre-made spreads. Today I only make cocktails, appetizers, and fresh cranberry relish. And we had talked about that, Hank. You know, is it okay to cater? And you know, the answer is absolutely yes. Check out all your local supermarkets because a lot of them will have catering departments. We use one of our local ShopRites to cater our Halloween party every year. And I've used them for several events at my church too. The food is amazing and they do entire Thanksgiving dinners. Okay, so we talked about gravy, we talked about sides, we talked about the turkey and the cranberry and cocktails and appetizers and everything else except dessert. What about dessert? Oh my goodness. Is pumpkin pie the only option? And Bill says, needs suggestions for dessert other than pumpkin or apple pie. What are your favorites on Thanksgiving? Do you need to have the pumpkin? You like apple pie. You prefer apple. You don't care.
As long as there's
My
a
son.
Scoop, as long as there's a scoop of ice cream to go with it, I don't care.
Ah, a la mode. Kenzie doesn't care. Kenzie eats everything Gampy puts in front of her.
Pretty much.
I always like pumpkin pie because it is that, like, although I do make it other times a year, it's one of the few pies I bake and I do look forward to it. But there are lots of others. If you don't like pie, you could make a mousse. I have a great recipe, and it was an episode, of a ginger pumpkin mousse that's very delicious. It's light and airy, so you don't feel quite so heavy from a pie. You could do other things. You could do baked apples, apple dumplings, if you don't like pumpkin. You could do a chocolate pie, and that's the traditional things, pecan pie, shoe fly pie, some of those others. But, really, there are pumpkin bread recipes you could do if you didn't want pie. There's lots of options. Be creative.
Give me a second. I'll find ginger pumpkin mousse
Okay.
and post it for everybody.
That's a really old one. We may want to refilm that, dear. 'cause
That's
I
in a
think-
really old format,
Yeah,
but it was
yeah.
still popular. So, hold on. Let's see if I can type faster than my brain works.
Well, I wonder how many hits it has had over
I have
the...
no idea.
Well-
Not many.
All right, I guess we're going to redo that episode.
Well, 200. Yeah, we should
Oh, no,
redo that.
we're going to do it. Don't even put that. We'll have that new episode out before Thanksgiving. Now I know what we're filming next week.
Oh, you have some popular people here.
Oh?
Hold on. Let me close this and get over to my social stream here. First, we have Dawn.
Dawn Ross, right. Danielle always makes creme brulee and a pumpkin pie. That's a great idea, creme brulee. Especially if you had pumpkin creme brulee. Oh, that would be awesome.
All of that.
Yeah,
We need
that's one of my
and we need
favorites.
cocktails for this person.
Yep. Yes, Elaine. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for watching our live stream today and jumping in. Thank you. Yes. I think I'm going to have vodka martini in your honor, Elaine, tonight. We just need to get you back here to share one with us.
Around the fire pit outside while dinner's cooking.
on the deck at the fire pit. That's wonderful. I'm liking this Facebook link up. Dick said, well, pumpkin if really only option, but in this house, chocolate rears its ugly head. Guess there are two options. So no chocolate silk pie for Dixie. You could go off-brand. You could have a cherry pie. Why not? That's my actual favorite pie is a cherry pie. Richard says mincemeat. Yeah, but that's more Christmassy to me. But yeah, I like mincemeat pies.
Hold on.
Hank says pecan pie. I have a great pecan pie story for Thanksgiving. I think I told it last year too, but I'm going to tell it again. So many years ago, my best friend and I hosted Thanksgiving at his house, and he had two German Shepherds, Onyx and Dakota, and they were just gentle giants. Now they knew they were not allowed in the dining room or in the front living room. They were only allowed in the family room and the back areas of the house. So we have dinner. He has this big bay window with a sideboard in his dining room. And we had finished dinner, and he had gone and laid out all the pies and all the desserts and everything. And everyone else were all back in the family room and out on the, it was a warm Thanksgiving that year, so everyone's outside on the deck, and we're all just relaxing. And all of a sudden, Dakota comes strolling in, and he's going, and he can't quite get his mouth open. We're like, what the hell is wrong with this dog? And here, he had gone in and eaten the entire pecan pie, and his jaws were just stuck together. So we didn't laugh at, well, Brian didn't laugh at the time, but we've laughed about it years later. It's like, oh, well, guess there's no dessert now.
It's time to embarrass you.
Embarrass me. Oh, I love you too, Elaine. That was my fourth grade teacher. So, desserts we've talked about. Let's
Can we talk about emergencies?
We have not. Okay. How do I rescue a dry turkey? All right, so this was not in my notes to talk about. And I thought about it and I didn't put it in. Might have been that cocktail I had last night. Anyway, how do you rescue a dry turkey? I always keep on the side some turkey stock or chicken stock simmering away in a pot, just in the background. Best way, if you do have, it happens to all of us, you just a little dip in that stock for just a couple moments and then put it right in the platter. Great way. Also, plenty of gravy. And remember, when you have some of those little disasters, oh well, you just gotta shrug it off and keep moving, because at the end of the day, it's all about being with the people you love, being together. If the turkey's dry, oh well, we're still together around the table. So let's talk about the guest list, right? The guest list. That's probably the toughest part. Maybe you have a mother-in-law who is going to come in and take over your kitchen. Wish I like pumpkin pie, but I'll take your delicious shortbread. Anytime, I will make you a shortbread. Anytime, Elaine. So maybe you have that mother-in-law. You don't have a father-in-law like that. You're lucky. But or an aunt or an older sister or something who's just going to come in and take over. Maybe it's your own mother, bless you, is going to come in and take over your kitchen and tell you you're doing it wrong, or have commentary all night and make comments, well, I would have done it this way, I would have done it that way. You got to think about this when you're doing your guest list. Yeah, these two are like, yeah, you got to learn how to manage those types of people. What I find is...
Don't invite them.
Well, either don't invite them. Yeah, that's... yeah.
That's the easy way.
Yeah, but not always practical. Sometimes you have to invite them. But you can give them... Why did it say download started?
No, it says something else with F11. I moved the
Okay.
cursor the wrong way.
Oh, all right. We're not going to have a sudden Windows update or something.
No.
Anyway, give them jobs. Give them jobs in different parts of the house. If you know that you're never going to be able to set the table the way your mother-in-law wants it, ask, Mom, would you set the table for me? You always do such a wonderful job at it. And then she's in the other room for hours, putting it just exactly here, and reveling in the fact that you're useless and can't do it yourself. But really, you can. It's just like, haha, you fell into my trap. And now you've done some work for me that I don't have to do. Or put them on cleanup duty. There's people who have to help no matter what. Put them on cleanup duty. Sure, you guys can clear the table when we're done and wash the dishes and So there's ways to do that. You also have to think about the seating chart, right? So you don't want to put extremely liberal Aunt Maud next to extremely conservative Uncle Archie, do you? Because they're just going to bicker all night. You want to put one over there and one over there and surround them with other people to distract them. Or maybe it's like, I can't stand my older sister and I'm stuck sitting next to her. Great. Think about that when you're doing your...
Okay, this next one's appropriate, being we just ordered a new roaster last night.
Yeah. Do I need a fancy roaster, or can I use a foil one from the store, from Jerry? You can use those foil ones. You just have to be careful about supporting the bottom of them. I know they have those little handles that are useless. I've had them snap and turkeys on the floor. When I have used them, I've put them on a big sheet pan and then in the oven. But if you can get yourself a good roaster, you should, because you'll use it for more than turkeys. So, we talked about guest lists, menu, all of that. Let's talk a little more about scheduling. You need to know your recipes, and you need to start shopping for them now. So, get your menu done, look at your recipes, write out your shopping lists, then you can start shopping now, and it'll be easier on your wallet. So for example, this week I picked up a couple of things of turkey stock. I don't make my own turkey stock, so I don't have it in the freezer. But there are a couple store-bought brands I like, so I pick some up now because I don't want to wait until the day before Thanksgiving and then go to the store and, oh, the turkey stock is gone. What do I do? Darn. Things like that. Little things. Start picking up, and then it's easier on your wallet. That added like $2 to my grocery bill. Instead of waiting until 2 days before Thanksgiving and running around and spending $500 that I don't have because I had to have everything and couldn't get what you wanted. You want to make yourself a timeline and work backwards. We want to sit down to dinner at 6 o'clock, so the turkey's going to need 40 minutes to rest, so it needs to come out at this time, and then it's going to take this much time to cook. And you need to do that with each recipe, and then you can figure out a schedule. And you can figure out, okay, these things need to be cooked at 350, this thing is 400. You can figure out when things need to go in the oven. And you want to make as much as in advance as possible. Make your pies the night before. There are a lot of things you could make ahead of time and freeze, and they're perfectly delicious reheated. Another thing that people don't think about, you can pay attention to this, Kevin. This is a good tip for you, because you do a lot of cooking, but you too, the two of you. Mise en place. You know what that is? Mise en place, everything. Don't wait until Thanksgiving morning to try and measure and cut while you're stirring like you see the chefs on TV. No, get up a little earlier if you have to, or do it the night before. And okay, I'm going to make my pumpkin pie, so I need to have the cans of pumpkin, and I need to have this, and you have it all here, all your things measured out, everything ready to go. So then when you go to make that pumpkin pie, you know that you can just dump it in, mix it up, cook it. There you go. You don't have to worry about trying to measure and where's the measuring cup and now I need tongs. Do all that ahead of time for every single recipe. It's a little extra effort, but it makes it better in the end. I'm from New England and I always make oyster stuffing and I cook it in the bird. Okay, that's fine. A lot of people still do that. I love oysters. I'm not such a fan of oyster stuffing. Not so much. But yeah, you know, if you want to cook it in the bird, go for it. My mother always did, and I survived. And I said earlier, use slow cookers and thermoses to keep things warm. Or coolers even. You know, you could put a warm dish in a cooler and it's thermal. It'll keep things warm too. Got more questions?
Yep, I'll do the. You know, actually,
All right.
you can do this one because you know what the answer is going to be.
I love family in the holidays, but there always seems to be a shouting match over politics. Okay, Gina. We have a hard and fast rule in this house, at our campground, wherever we are. There is absolutely no talk about the 3 G's. What are the 3 G's? Guns, God, and government. No talk. Take it outside. Everyone has a right to their opinion. Absolutely. But not in my house. You take your stuff, take it outside. Take it to another state. Not today, not in my house. And we have actually had guests leave. We've asked people to leave because they just would not honor that rule and would not let up on it. Usually it's Phil who is the big meanie who tells them, isn't it, dear?
I love playing the bouncer. You know,
Yeah.
it's easy. And they get off my trampoline.
You know, you're going to have arguments. That's family. That's crowds of people. You know, you have 6-year-olds that are getting bored. So, Jason, what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? I'm not sure yet. I think we're hosting. I don't know exactly who's coming and how many I'll have, but I should have that nailed down in a couple days. Even if it's not a crowd of people, even if it's just me and Phil, we'll do something fun. You know. I will make us a very nice dinner. And then in which case we will probably just sit around with our feet up and maybe around the fire pit. Relaxing. Joan, I love the Peanuts Thanksgiving special. I have it on DVD and I watch it every year. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. Oh, yeah, jet. Oopsie. It's hot in this house. I have a window open. So if you're hearing that noise, it's a jet flying by. Yeah, I haven't seen. Have you guys watched that yet this year? The Thanksgiving special?
Not yet.
Has she? No, not yet. Oh,
Did you watch the Halloween one?
I may have to get it. I don't have that one on DVD. I have the Halloween one, I think.
Well, here's one that'll bring back memories.
We make our own cranberry sauce every year. We use my grandmother's hand-cranked meat grinder to grind up the cranberries and oranges. Yeah, my mom used to do it that way. Well, she did it maybe once or twice that I remember because she had one of those cranky things. I think she did it, and then like the next year she was like, no. It was delicious. I would love to do it that way, but I do it in my food processor.
Okay,
much
this
quicker.
next one, I think I'm appalled, but Kevin might like it.
Oh dear. From Quinn, my grandpa always made the yams with marshmallows and candied pecans, but he would mix in a little whiskey to cut the sweetness. It was delicious. I could go for that.
You lost me on the other one, but Emily will like it.
I would like that. Mix in a little whiskey or bourbon.
And thought of that.
Maybe I could learn to like it. I'm not an alcoholic, really. That does sound good, though. That would be a good way to cut the sweetness of it and add a little more depth of flavor.
All right, this is a good idea that this person just brought up, and I will create a post in our Facebook group that says, hey, show us your table.
Everyone here should post a picture of their table, food, and desserts with their family, then post it on Facebook. Okay, and that brings me to, I think, my final point. The tablescape, right? Keep your centerpieces low. Do your best. Use the best that you have. It's a holiday. It's a celebration. So if you have that fine china, pull it out, dust it off, use it. If you don't have it, use whatever you do have, but take the time to set the table. Even if, like our friend Ron, who only ever uses paper plates, at least set your table. if you're doing a big fancy table, and I think it's important. Why? Because there's an old saying that you eat with your eyes first, and that actually starts with the table setting. So when you come in and you see this beautifully laid out table, you're instantly, psychologically, in your psyche going, oh, in your subconscious, I should say, you're
What?
expecting.
No styrofoam and plastic forks?
No, please. But you don't have to. If you have dollar store dishes, that's fine. But set yourself a nice table, and if you have a centerpiece, keep them low so that you're not having things right in front of you while you're trying to talk to the person across from you. All right, that's wrapping up my list, and we're getting towards the end. Should we talk about what else is coming up next?
Yep. What did we film yesterday,
Okay,
which
so
will be out on Wednesday?
We have coming out Wednesday, and this will be good for the holidays, upcoming holidays, especially if you have overnight guests and you need to feed a crowd of people. We have a cheesy sausage breakfast strata that you make the night before, you pop it in the fridge, and then the morning you need it, you bake it off, and you have this rich, wonderful filling breakfast that everyone will love, and it's super easy. We have some interesting cocktails. There's 3 hot hors d'oeuvres coming. There's these called Devils on Horseback. There's one called Angels on Horseback, which uses an oyster and bacon. And then there's a classic that I'm going to make later tonight for our real appetizer for dinner called rumaki. Dawn says that sounds delicious. Thank you. It is. It really is. I'm trying to bring back rumaki. Rumaki is a marinated chicken liver with water chestnut, and it's wrapped in bacon. Sometimes they're a little spicy. Usually it's kind of they used to call it a Polynesian because it's marinated in soy and teriyaki and ginger and garlic. So it's this very flavorful, hearty bite. But people might be a little afraid of oysters and chicken livers, but that's okay. I'll show you. They're not scary. And what did we decide our next live stream?
We did not.
I thought we had.
Nope.
Okay. Well, it's probably going to be, because that's like the Sunday before Thanksgiving, then maybe I think it will be something along the lines of, oh my gosh, we're panicking now. It's right before Thanksgiving. What do I do?
Last minute holiday emergencies.
Yeah, there you go. Last minute emergencies. What do I do next? Maybe it'll be something like that. But we'll announce it well in advance.
I just thought of it. Honey, I burnt the turkey.
Oh, there you go. There you go. All right, are you ready to wrap this up, dear? I know we have like a minute left.
We are.
Are there any other questions, comments, concerns?
No, I
No?
think
No
we're
commentary?
good. No commentary, and we didn't
Semicolons?
have a small channel to feature because I'm still waiting to hear back from 2 of them.
Oh, but our guys at Fox Hollow have an episode coming out. Guys, what was it? I know you told me. Did they email it to us?
They did not.
I don't have my phone to look what it was. Oh, wait, yes, I do. It's right here. Hold on. Yes. Blah, blah, blah.
Find a link to their channel while you're doing that.
Yes, please. So they have. All right, their episode that is coming out today is all about homemade dog treats. Wonderful, wonderful thing, especially for the holidays. You guys, since you have a dog, maybe something you want to check out. We have cats, so that wouldn't work for us. But homemade dog treats. Maybe I should do that for Guinness's birthday.
Hold on, I'm looking.
Yeah, Guinness never got the luxury of homemade dog treats. Carson
Yeah.
did.
Oh, Carson did. Okay. Well.
Back in when I was brewing beer, when I was done with the
Here we
grain,
go.
you
I just
make
found it.
dog
All right.
treats.
Give me a minute. I will
Yes.
link it so everybody can see it.
Very good. Very good.
All right, I will just put this in chat. And this is our friends over at Fox Hollow. They're just getting started there. They only have about 600 subscribers. Let's see if we can help them out. And they've got some good stuff. Hold on, let me wait till it comes over. Here it is,
There it is.
right there.
All right. Mazel tov. Wow. Does my picture, that blurry? Like a lot of the pictures were blurry. Pixelated looking. To see
Yeah, a
it.
little bit. I know how to fix that.
Okay. So there are a lot of pictures that were coming from Facebook that
Mm-hmm.
were okay. For next time.
It's Facebook because if I do YouTubery, it's good.
Right.
It's
Okay.
just Facebook.
All right. Facebookery. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll fix that eventually.
Hank says, we'll be glad to send you a picture whenever we'll be on a cruise. Hey, you know what? A
That's
cruise buffet
awesome.
would be great.
That's awesome. Yeah. Thanksgiving cruise. She can talk. We're almost done.
Oh, darn, thanks. Yeah, I think
you,
the guys at Fox Hollow, they have some neat stuff.
Yep.
And maybe you can make it for your doggies.
Kenzie, come here. Come here, Dad. Come here, Campy. Please. Come here. Hi. Come here. Big girl.
You can wait by.
Here we go. All right, we're going to say goodbye, everyone. We'll be in chat for a few minutes, and we'll see you next time. Bye. We'll be in chat for a few minutes, and we'll see you next time. Bye. We'll be in chat for a few minutes, and we'll see you next time. Bye. We'll be in chat for a few minutes, and we'll see you next time. Bye. We'll be in chat for a few minutes, and we'll see you next time. Bye. We'll be in chat for a few minutes, and we'll see you next time. Bye. We'll be in chat for a few